Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes Weekly Webisodes. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today from our friends at Hunkydory Crafts, we have the big book of Centrepiece sentiments. What could that possibly mean? They're very large, gold and silver foiled, beautiful bright color greetings for your cards. I used one on this one. This is a fun card with a little cutaway on the side. Used one on the inside as well. You guys, I have so much more to show you, and this is our giveaway card for this episode, so if you stick around, you'll learn how one lucky viewer could win this card to keep or share with a friend. So come play with us. All right, you guys, you're getting 40 die-cut pages foiled in silver and gold. All right, so let's take a flip through these. Now, they are repeated sentiments. You get how many of each one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in this bright color, okay? And then it switches to a more pastel or muted tone in the same greetings. And you go from gold to silver and it goes throughout, okay? So I'm gonna kind of turn these back and forth, and you're just gonna have to pause to read all of these. Lots of birthday wishes and many happy returns. So I said you get 5 of those. And then the same wishes in silver foil and just a different color collection, which makes it so nice to match with the papers that you have. Oh, something's catching right here. What is that? Here we go. And then you've got this collection, just to say, these are the ones in the cards that I showed you, or this one is rather. From me to you, sent with love, just for you. You get 5 of those, and then we're going to move to the more pastel and sort of cool colors here in silver. All right, this one has got lots of exciting things. Exciting news, it's a big one, you did it, celebrate, congratulations, okay? And got those bright, cheery colors in gold. And then we're moving to the more cool colors and the silver. All right, here's the thinking of you. Happy anniversary, get well, wishing on your special day to the happy couple. Lots of sort of anniversary kinds of things in the gold. And then in the silver with the pastel and the cool colors. And in the silver, there we go. Got some baby ones in there, which is nice. All right, so let's jump in. This one, you guys, this one, I use a 5 by 6.5 inch card. I cut just a little bit off the front flap, just about like, 7/8 of an inch, okay? And I used, this is our Flit and Flutter 12 by 12 patterned cardstock. And I chose this one right here with the little hummingbirds. I knew I wanted something to go with this saying. And I suppose this is the way I do it. I pick a saying to go with the event that I'm creating a card for. In this case, I knew I wanted something in muted tones. And so then I went to my paper stash and I was like, okay, this one will work, okay? Where I think a lot of times we pick the card colors and things first, and then you're matching it you're choosing a selection of words or whatever to match with that. So you could do it that way too, but I found this way I didn't have to search very hard if I chose the greeting first. So then you guys, I went ahead and covered my card with the border of this particular paper. I'm just going to take this one out because it's kind of, I cut it up quite a bit. So let's just take a look. This is such a beautiful paper pack. All right. Okay, here we go. So I used this one, and I started off on my card front, and I actually used this top corner with a little bee on it, and I just turned my paper, and I put it right there because I knew I wanted that little bee in the corner. I also knew I was going to be using a circle, so that would be fine. So I went ahead and used that. It has a little bit of the flower coming down there. And then on the inside, Well, then the next thing I did is I went over here and then I just cut this hummingbird out. There's one right here too, but I wanted my hummingbird facing inside the card, all right? So went ahead and I just cut that out, set it aside, and then I had this beautiful border right here, and I knew I wanted to use that. So I just kind of cut up into here and then kept a straight edge and then tore this edge because I didn't want to feature all of this. I just wanted those blue flowers. And then I inked the edges of this using khaki ink and then my little applicator tool. Just gave it a nice soft green edge on this side and this side. And then I chose the Thinking of You in this nice sort of creamy beige color. Just go ahead and glue that in. And then you've got these cute little butterflies that, these are the gold pearl butterflies. I find these just go with everything. I use them a lot at home and I am constantly buying new sheets of them, so I highly recommend. And just put a group of 3. I just like those odd numbers. Then on the front, we've already got this covered. So then we're gonna go ahead and add this border, which is from right here, okay? There's a nice little blue flower, the same blue flower, this border, and I glued that to this side of the card and then inked the edges of the entire card front using that same khaki ink and my applicator tool. And then you guys, I used a circle cutting die right here. I used this one. And the paper that I used for that is on the front cover. It's this blue lined paper right here. And I went ahead and inked the edges of that as well and then foam taped that to the card so it extended off the edge. So it's still within the confines of the card. But you'll notice I just put a line of foam tape right there and then over here so that it didn't, sometimes I put foam tape on the circle and then the foam tape is overlapping to the side. So I tend to put foam tape on the actual card where I want it. And for my foam tape, I love using our 150 feet or 50 yards of 1/2 inch wide continuous foam tape. Debbie and I use this multiple times a day. We're always like, where's the foam tape? And then that's there. And then I went ahead first and placed my greeting, okay? I glued it here and then put a little bit of that foam tape to extend off the edge. Let me back that up, actually. After I put the circle down, then I added this border right here. And this border is, where is it? It is our fancy gold border dazzle sticker. Here it is in the gold pearl, which another one of my favorites. And it matches the gold pearl on the butterflies, okay? Beautiful little edge there. And went ahead and added that here, then added my greeting and made sure I add a little bit of foam tape there just to stabilize that. Added my cutout hummingbird, which was easy to do. It's not a difficult shape to cut out, but using the right scissors, important, you guys. Don't try to do this with your large scissors. And then foam taped that as well. And then added my little butterflies in groups of 3 here, and then there's 2 up here. And then you can see the little bee. You know, I think it's turned out pretty charming. I like how this one turned out. Stick around to the end of the video because you guys, this is our giveaway card, and I want to tell you how you can have a chance to win it. All right, let me tidy up here a little second. Okay, so moving on to the next one. This one, I had to get ready for summer, you guys. I love a center step card. All right, these cards are already die cut and ready to go. 5 cards and 5 envelopes come in this little package, which is a sweet deal, especially if you're traveling and you're doing card making on the road or at a crop. And for the background paper, you know I had to use it, our Strawberry Delight patterned paper. Love this one, you guys. And then use that circle die again in the scallop this time. It's a great place to have your greetings have a little landing spot on a circle. It could be a cutting die, it could be a doily. Instead of just kind of floating there, I like to have something for it to land next to. And then below that, you guys, I used the Strawberry Jam paper tool, okay? And these you just punch out and they're numbered. So this is the first layer, second layer, third layer, and is there a 4th layer on this one? And then you just add those with foam tape, same wheel of foam tape, and they've got all these little layers. They actually mail quite easily, okay? When I'm mailing something like this, that's like that, I just put a little piece of scrap cardstock over the top of it and then just put it in my envelope, and I haven't had any returned, and it works out well for me. And then I just followed the little patterns that we have included on the back of this little cover sheet for cutting this out. But I also just like to take a little small rectangle of paper and put that there, and then another strip down here. For me, it's easier than following the pattern for the shape. And then there are patterns for these side shoulder pieces as well. Foam taped these as well, and at the top added red jewel border dazzle stickers in this fun holographic color. And then on the inside, I just took a scrap of that same little white strawberry paper that I had and a scrap of this red one, and then that gave this a little landing spot for my happy anniversary. Used some more of those red jewel border dazzle stickers there. So yeah, a fun one to do. Didn't do any inking on this one. It was really quick, and to be honest, I used a lot of the scraps I had from this paper pack because I use this particular pattern with the red gingham so much. There wasn't very much, so I was just like, I could still make a card. I also wanted to share with you, in case you have a die cutting machine at home, we have the Center Step Plus card cutting die, and this is a new release, a re-release, but it's altered a little bit. It has like an extra step in here, okay? So if you can see it, instead of having one step, it has like an extra one in there too, which is just cool. And it comes in the great big die like this, but it does fit through a 6-inch wide platform, okay? So this goes through your like Big Shot. Anything that has a 6-inch wide platform has no problem. We definitely have them designed to do that. Oh, that's a tight fit. Okay, so that's a fun one. And let's move on. All right, this one, you guys, is a 7x5 10-fold card. And I'm realizing at this moment that I forgot to grab my corner rounder. But what I did was, after covering the top and the bottom with the paper, I did use our little corner rounder punch on that. And you can see here, it opens like this on the side, just like a traditional card. It gives you a nice long surface. We can have it like this direction as well. The paper pack that I used is Whispering Florals 12x12 pattern cardstock. I love the colors in this one. And I took from one of these papers, so the stripe paper, I just tore a little bit of that one, like a 1.5-inch strip of the purple, and first covered the bottom 2 inches of the card with this green paper actually, and then added the strip of purple with the torn edge here, and I even kind of like took that torn edge and pulled up on it like that, or so that it kind of had some texture to it, and then another strip of this gorgeous floral paper on top. Okay, so you have 3 different kind of small strips. It's a great one to use for scraps. Then I took, went back to that fancy gold pearl jewel dazzle sticker, and I used this one right here, little floral shape, and placed it right across this like bottom edge of the purple stripy paper, and then used some crepe ribbon in the purple, and I first just glued the purple ribbon straight across my card, used another length of the purple ribbon just to tie a bow, and then actually used a little bit of the glue to kind of tack down the tails. Some of them were getting a little unruly. Before I added the ribbon, I should mention I did ink the edges with the khaki ink and my little dauber, just to give that little green up here really. And then of course punched the edges, the bottom corners with the corner rounder, which I will include down below our video here at paperwishes.com. You can have a list of all the supplies that we used. You can just add them to your cart and it'll be listed there. If you're watching this over on YouTube, just look below the video in the description box and you'll see a link to take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page at paperwishes.com. Then I added my ribbon, foam taped the little Get Well card, and then added some more of those cute little butterflies. So 2 of the larger ones, and then we have the large like little side view, and it's just a little perched right up there on the top of the W. So yeah, this is just a really simple, fun card to do as well. Okay, next, the last one I've got for you. So this one also a 5 by 6.5 inch card. Happy birthday. This one's a little interactive. We open it up this way, okay? And at the top, there's something a little decorative there. And then we've got a cutout from the paper pack right here, especially for you. And then we open that up and it's got time to celebrate on the inside. This card looks like there's a lot going on. It's very, very simple to make, and it requires 2 cards, okay? Or 1 card and some white cardstock, but I used 2 cards to make this, and I'll show you how I did it. So the first thing I used is our Watercolor Wildflowers 12 by 12 pattern cardstock, okay? And I used, the first thing I did was I took a blank card, oops, and then I cut it using my paper trimmer from the top, oops, from the top left corner to the bottom right corner. I just took my paper trimmer and just cut out that triangle, okay? That's this shape right here. And then I covered that with the pink plaid paper here. And then on the inside back of the card, I used this green sort of vine paper, glued that and covered the inside of the card. And then down here, I actually used one of our little card toppers that come in these little rectangles. I took one of those and I cut it into a triangle and I glued it on the inside of the card, so it had something nice there. This piece right here, as I said, I used from another card. So this is 5 inches, so it's like the width of the card right here. And then it is 3.5 inches wide. So I just took a 5 by 3.5 inch portion of another card, covered it with this beautiful blue border paper, placing the border at the bottom. And then on the inside, used some more of that same border paper, used the border here and the border here, and then added some of these silver oval pearl jewel dazzle stickers. So cute, I love these. And they come in 3 different sizes on one sheet. They're very sturdy as well, which is nice. And then I added those to the borders here and here and here. And I chose the silver stickers because of the silver on the greetings, and then place them here and here. And then this is a cutout from the cutout page in the book. And I wanted it to be like kept within the confines of this, but also sort of covered this up so that when you open this, you open this. So once this little card was all decorated, I glued it to the inside, but made sure that this was closed so I could see that it was all lined up, and then I glued it in place. After that was done, that's when I added this piece right here. So yeah, that's how I put this one together. And yeah, I think it made a little nice celebratory card for a birthday. Okay, you guys, let me tell you all about the money saver that we have on this collection. As you can see, so many, you must have this for all your card making needs, okay? And it travels well, so you can like make some things. You don't have to bring all of your stamps. You don't have to bring all of your dazzle stickers. You just need that book. All right, so you guys, the money saver is right there on the right-hand side if you're watching us on our Paper Wishes webisode page at paperwishes.com. If you're watching us over on YouTube, just look below the video in the description box and you'll see a link that will take you to this Paper Wishes webisode page so you can check out that money saver. As I said, all of the other items are listed down below the video, full color photos of the cards. If you click on those cards, you'll get a real detailed list of supplies, or you can just scroll on all the supplies below the cards. And so we do a giveaway every week, okay? And we do that over on our Paper Wishes YouTube channel, which is called My Paper Wishes. So we just asked you hop over there to YouTube, search My Paper Wishes, like this video. Well, first of all, it would be great if you would subscribe to our channel over on YouTube. So like, comment, and subscribe. And then, yeah, leave us a comment on this video. Tell us what you think about the cards, the papers, what you would do with them. the greetings, obviously, and then after about a week, we'll reply to one lucky viewer's comment by saying, congratulations, YouTube username blank. If you're not sure what your YouTube username is, just go back and look at your comment. It's labeled with your username, and it's also a good idea to hit that notification bell so you know when we're announcing card winners. We do this every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday videos. You're welcome to participate in all of them, but you would have to watch and like and comment on all of them. Yeah, that's how we do it. And then we send out 3 different cards a week to our winners. Don't forget, Money Savers right there. All the cards are listed down below. Thanks so much for joining me today, you guys. This was a fun one, and I'll see you next time.